Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to learn about solutions of non-linear algebraic equations, that is to find roots of equations by another method like bisection method. And this is the first lecture of 7th week for the course numerical analysis. Now dear students, since I have already told you in the previous lecture that there are two fundamental approaches for finding the roots of nonlinear algebraic equation. The first approach is open methods. In open methods approach, there are methods like Newton-Raphson method, fixed point iteration method, and secant methods. And in the second approach, bracketing methods, there are two methods: false position approach and bisection method. We have already discussed false position method, and now today we are going to discuss the bisection method and its procedure. So this lecture is the continuation of previous video lecture in which we have already discussed the false position approach. Now the bisection method. Suppose we have nonlinear algebraic equation f of x is equal to 0, and this function is continuous at the closed interval in which we have 2 points xl and xu. xl is the upper limit of this interval, and xu is the xl is the lower limit of this interval, and xu is the upper limit of this interval. Now if the function f of xl and f of xu have opposite sign, then the roots of the function lies in the interval xl and xu, in this interval. So dear student, note that this is the closed interval and this is the open interval. So if the function have opposite sign on xl and xu, then the roots lies between xl and xu, and then the next root will be calculated as x1 xl plus xu divided by 2. So for the x2, check the sign of the function for these roots. Now for x2 we have already three roots: xl, xu and x1. So to find x2 root, first of all check the sign of the function for xu and for x1. Suppose if f of xu and f of x1 less than 0, this expression means that the function have opposite sign at xu and at x1, then the roots will be lies between xu and x1, then adding xu plus x1 divided by 2. And if the function have opposite sign at xl and at x1, then the next root x2 will be between xl and x1, then adding xl plus x1 divided by 2 will be the x2 root. And if at any stage, if any f of xl, f of xr is equal to 0, then the roots will be the xr and the procedure will be stopped. Now we can continue this procedure at after every step locate the root in an interval whose width is half that of the interval in the previous step. For this reason, this method called bisection method. It is a simple technique for obtaining an estimate of root for the equation f of x is equal to 0. It gives a rough approximation of the root mean for the solution. Now algorithm for bisection method. First of all, choose any two values at which the function have opposite sign, at which f of xl multiplied f of xu less than 0. This multiplication means that the function have opposite sign at xl and xu. xl will be the lower point of the interval and xu is the upper point of the interval. Then estimate the next root called xr, and at every step check if f of xl f of xr less than 0 mean the function have opposite sign at xl and at xr, then the next root lies between xl and xr, and then simple add xl and xr divided by 2, you will get the next root. And now if the function have opposite sign between have opposite sign at xu and xr, then the roots lies between xu and xr, then add xu plus xr divided by 2, you will get the next root. For example, here we have two roots xl and xu, then you should to find the next root x1, and how to find the x1? Check the sign of the function for xl and xu. If the function have opposite sign at xu and xl, then add xl plus xu divided by 2, you will get the next root x1. Then how to find x2? Check the sign of the function on the previous three roots. For x2 we have already calculated the three roots xl, xu and x1. Then check the sign of the function on these three roots. If the function have opposite sign at xl and x1, then the x2 will be xl plus x1 divided by 2, and if the function have opposite sign at xu and x1, then x2 will be x1 plus xu divided by 2. And if at any stage f of xl f of xr is equal to 0, then xr will be the root of the given non-linear equation. Now let's move on example to discuss the procedure of bisection method through an example. For example, we have a non-linear equation y is equal to x cube minus 5 is equal to 0. So dear students, we can solve this equation easily by simplify this equation. X cube is equal to 5, and then taking the cube root on both sides, we obtain the true solution. Cube root of 5 is equal to 1.7. Now how to solve this non-linear equation by bisection method? You can check your approximate result to this exact result. To compare the approximate result with this exact result, we can check our approximate result. Now choose any two values. Suppose xl is 1. Now putting 1 here in this equation, we obtain minus 4. And suppose the upper limit of the interval is 2. xu root is 2. Putting 2 here, 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 minus 5 is equal to 3. So dear students, note that in these two roots the function have opposite sign, so this is our initial approximation. Now to find the next root by bisection method, simple add these two terms, add these two roots and divide by 2, we obtain 1.5. Bisection method procedure is very simple. So first of all, choose any two values for the solution of non-linear equation at which the function have opposite sign. At x is equal to 1, function have minus 4, and x is equal to 2, when we put x is equal to 2 in the given equation, the function value is 3. So this function have opposite sign at 1 and at 2. So this is xl root and this is xu root. Now to find the next root x1, simple add these two roots, divide by 2, we obtain the next root 1.5. So x1 is now 1.5. Now to find the other root, because we want to close this exact result 1.7, but here the result is 1.5. And dear students, note that x1 is approximately close to 1.7. So we should to try to find another root x2, x3, maybe x2, x3, x4 will be the best root as compared to x1, xu or x1 or xl. So to find the next root x2, now again to find x2, first of all check the sign of the function at all these three roots. Since the function have minus 1.625, this is less than 0, this is negative. The function have opposite sign, the function have negative sign at x1, and the function have opposite sign at xu. So the function, now the function have opposite sign at xu and x1. So our next root x2 will be the xu plus x1 divided by 2. So dear students, I want to repeat again since the function have opposite sign at x1 and xu, the function have negative sign, and the function have negative sign at x1, and the function have opposite sign at xu. So the next root x2 between xu and x1. So simple, adding these two terms divided by 2, we obtain the next root x2. You see here the function has 1.5. This is the x1 value. X1 value is 1.5, and when we put x1 in the function, x1 value 1.5 in the function, we obtain minus 1.625, and at xu is equal to 2, the function have value plus value. So the function have opposite sign at x1 and at xu. Now the next root will be x1 plus xu divided by 2. x2 lies between these two roots. So x1 plus xu divided by 2, this is the value of x1 and this is the value of xu divided by 2, and now the x2 root is 1.75. Now dear students, this is a very interesting point. The x2 root is 1.75 and the correct result is 1.7 approximately. So now to find the third root, check the sign of the function for this x2. Since the function have opposite sign at x2, when we put x2 1.75 in the given equation, we obtain 0.36. Now this is positive, and now check the sign of the function at the previous values. In the previous values, the function have opposite sign at xu, and the function have negative sign at x1. So dear students, now note that the function have opposite sign at x2 and the function have negative sign at x1. So the next root x3 lies between x1 and x2, and now to find the value of x3 root, adding these two roots and divide by 2. x1 plus x2 divided by 2. So x1 plus x2 divided by 2. Since the function has opposite sign at x1 and x2, so the next root between x1 and x2, now adding x1 and x2 divided by 2. This is the value of x1 and this is the value of x2. So 1.5 plus 1.75 divided by 2 is equal to 1.625. So this is the third root. Now putting this third root into the equation, we obtain minus 0.709. Now to find the fourth root, check the sign of the function for x3 and for other previous root. Suppose the function have negative sign at x3 and the function have opposite sign at x2. So the next root x4 lies between x2 and x3. So to find the x4, x2 plus x3 divided by 2. This is the value of x2 and this is the value of x3 divided by 2, which is equal to 1.7. And now dear students, you note here, this approximate result is close to the exact result. Now let's move for another example to find the roots of the equation by bisection method correct to two decimal places. We have a nonlinear equation x cube minus 25. X cube minus 25 is equal to 0. So first of all, choose any two roots at which the function have opposite sign. So suppose the lower limit of the interval xl root is 2. So putting x is equal to 2 in this equation, we obtain minus 17. This is less than 0. Now putting x is equal to 3, xu is equal to 3. The function have positive sign 2. So this function have opposite sign at x is equal to 2 and at x is equal to 3. So this is our initial approximation. Now to find the next root, for the non-linear equation, we obtain x1 is equal to xl plus xu divided by 2. Adding these two roots divided by 2, we obtain 2.5. So this is the first x1 root. Now put this x1 in the given equation. X1 function at 2.5 is equal to minus 9.375. So dear students, note that the function have negative sign at this x1. Now to find the next root x2, check the sign of the function at x1 and on the previous root. So the function have negative sign at x1 and the function have opposite sign at xu. So the next root x2 lies between x1 and xu. So adding x1 and xu plus x1 divided by 2, we obtain the next root x2. So this is x1 plus xu divided by 2. So this is the value of x1 and this is the value of xu divided by 2 is equal to 2.75. This is the next root x2. Now to find the third root, because we want to find the roots correct to two decimal places, so we need to find other roots x3, x4, x5. So the second root is 2.75. Now putting this 2.75 in the given equation, we obtain minus 4.203. So this is the negative sign. So the function have negative sign at x2 and the function have opposite sign at xu. In the previous slide, you see here the function have negative sign at x1 and the function have opposite sign at xu. So the next root x2, the next root x3 lies between xu and x2, because the function have positive sign at xu and the function have negative sign at x2. So the next root x3 will be between xu and x2. So for x3, adding these two root divided by 2, x2 plus xu divided by 2. This is x2 2.75 plus 3 divided by 2. So now this is the lower limit and this is the upper limit for the x3. So the x3 root is 2.875. Now putting this root in the given equation, we obtain minus 1.236. So to find the x4th root, first of all, check the sign of the function. I have checked this procedure at every step. Check the sign of the function, mean check the product of the function at two roots. If the product of the function at two roots less than 0, this means that the function have opposite sign at that two roots. So the function have negative sign at x3 and the function have negative sign at x2, the function have negative sign at x1 and the function have opposite sign at xu. So now adding xu and adding xu and x3 for x4, the function have negative sign at x3 and the function have opposite sign at xu. In the initial stage, you see here this function have opposite sign at xu and negative at x1, negative at x2 and negative at x3. So for the x4th root, x4th lies between x3 and xu. So adding xu and x3 divided by 2, we obtain x4. So the value of xu, the value of so the value of xu is 3 and the value of x3 is 2.875 divided by 2. We obtained fourth root x4 is equal to 2.9375. Now putting this root into the given equation, we obtain 0.347. Now this is very interesting point. Now dear students, the function change the sign. Now the function have opposite sign at x4. So what should to do for x5? We should to check the sign of the function at the previous value. Before x4 we have roots x3, x2, x1, xu and xl. We have 5 roots before x4. So check the sign of the function at x3, at x2, at x1, at xu and at xl. Since the function have opposite positive sign at x4. Now if the function have negative sign at x3, then the x5 root will be between x3 and x4. And if the function have negative sign at x2, then the x5 root lies between x2 and x4. And similarly, if the function have negative sign at x1, then the x5 root between x1 and x5. And if the function have negative sign at xu, then the x5 root between xu and x4. But dear students, note that from the previous slide that the function have negative sign at x3. So the x5 root lies between x3 and x4. The product of the function at these two, the product of the function value at these two less than 0 mean one value is negative and the other value is positive. The function has negative sign at x3. This is the negative value of the function at x3 and this is the positive value of the function at x4. So the next root x5 lies between x3 and x4. So simply adding these two roots, x3 plus x4 divided by 2, we obtain the fifth root 2.906. Now dear students, you see here chart. Suppose we have two initial roots xl and xu. Then since the function have opposite sign at x1 and at xl and xu, so x1 lies between xl and xu. The function, first of all, choose any two values at which the function have opposite sign, at which the function change the sign. Then the next root lies between this xl and xu, and this is the bisection midpoint for xl and xu. Bisection means the midpoint. So the midpoint of xl and xu now is x1. So you see here in this question that to find x2, the function have opposite sign at x1 and xu. So at x1, this is x1. At x1 the function have negative sign and at xu the function have opposite sign. So the next root x2 will be the mid of x1 and xu. Similarly for x3, the function have opposite sign at x2 and xu. So x3 will be the mid of x2 and x4. And similarly for the x4 root, for the x4 the function have, for the x4 you see here, for the x4 the function have opposite sign at xu and x3. So x4 will be the mid of x3 and xu. This is x3 and this is xu. So this is x4. Now for the fifth root, you see here the roots lies between x3 and x4. Since the function have opposite sign at x3 and x4, so x5 will be the mid of x3 and x4. x5 will be the mid of x3 and x4. Now to find x6, you see here for the x6, since the function have a negative sign at x5, and the function have opposite sign at x4. So the sixth root lies between x4 and x5. So you see here, this is the sixth root, this is the x4 and this is x5. So the mid of x4 and x5 is x6. So x6 is now x4 plus x5 divided by 2, and adding x4 x5 divided by 2, we obtain 2.92175. And if we want to find the next root x7, so dear students, first of all note that at x is equal to at x6 we obtain 2.92, and at x5 we obtain 2.90, and we want to find the roots of the equation correct to 2 decimal places. So we need to find more other roots. Suppose we want to find x7. So for the x7, the function have negative sign at x6, and the function have negative sign at x5, and the function have opposite sign at x4. So for x7, the x7 lies between x6 and x4. x7 lies between x6 and x4. Since the function have opposite sign at x4 and at x6, so the x7 root lies between x4 and x6. So adding these two roots divided by 2, this is x4 and this is x6. So adding these two divided by 2, we obtain 2.929. In the sixth root we obtain 2.92, and in the seventh root, x7th root, we obtain 2.792. So x7 is the correct root of the given nonlinear equation to 2 decimal places. And you see here, dear students, this is the true result, 2.9240177738. We can calculate this result by a simple calculator. We obtain the 25th cube root. Cube root of 25 is equal to 2.9240177738, and the approximate x7th root is 2.929. So this is the this x7th root is correct to 2 decimal places and correct to 2 significant digits to the exact result. And we can find the errors between this approximate result and this exact result. To find the absolute error, subtract this approximate root from this exact error. From this exact result, we obtain an error between the approximate root and between the exact root. And this is the end of this segment. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.